Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, my number 8 is another Xbox Live indie game, and this is called Uproar: City in Chaos. Now, this should be hilarious. It's again, the cover art was a grabber. It's basically some text on the title's on the top, and then there's text that you can't read, and then pictures of guys doing karate poses.
Sweet.
And I thought, I don't even know what that is. And then I went back and I was like, that's supposed to be a mock-up of a newspaper, and the title's the headline, but it's so badly done. It doesn't look anything like that.
Even better.
Yeah, basically, this should not have been released. And I've spoken about this before. I can understand if you've created a game on that space, the desire to just get something up there and put it for sale must be so tempting. Imagine Streets of Rage, the most badly animated Streets of Rage. I mean, it's so bad I can't quite believe it. But it's not even funny. It's like vaguely photorealistic stickmen, mannequins. Really, I mean, it's terrible. I can't even begin to try and describe how terrible it is. It's clear that the guy that created it, or the people that created it, are hoping that it can do some trade off the back of people who just buy it because it's so bad it's funny. I mean, at the end of the day, you can only punch and you can kick. Sometimes buttons don't work if you press them more than once, so you can only punch repeatedly. And the only amusing thing is that every time you knock someone down, they do this really slow motion face plant straight into the ground, and that's like amusing for a minute. There's no backgrounds. Occasionally, there's a boxy petrol station, or at one point there's a house with a burning car outside to show that you're on the wrong side of the tracks. I mean, it's offensive that because the worst part is it's not 80 Microsoft points, it's 240.
Damn.
And you wouldn't even. It's actually quite. Yeah. This is happening more and more as the Xbox Live indie game area is, been sort of put out to pasture. There's just people are just taking the piss now. I mean, there's no obligation to buy it, but I just kind of felt, well, why did you bother doing that? You could have another few months, and you could have actually made something and actually sold it and got money for it. But instead, you're taking the piss. I'm surprised they didn't put 800 Microsoft points on it. It's one of the worst games I've ever played on the service, and that is saying something.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the uproar?
There's no. Honestly, it starts out and there's a bit of text saying "start game" or credits, and that's it. There's no story. It's just you walking along, hitting people, repeatedly pressing the same button. I mean, it's diabolically poor. And yeah, the poor bastard. He could have given it a couple more months and actually sold something, but he decided not to, and he's a div.
A div.
Yeah.
Harsh words.
Yeah.
Harsh words.